Everyone, Jayad Pasha here. So in the last session, we have been discuss about legal environment in business, and in this session, we are going to discuss about the critical elements in the political and legal environment. Right. So there are few elements which plays a very crucial role in political and legal environment of business. Those are like the form and structure of government, the strength of opposition in legislature, the whole, the role and responsibility of the bureaucracy, the direction and the speed of the government policies and programs, socio-economic legislation, the political and legal institutions, macro environment of business. Right? These are the very important factors which affects on the political and legal environment. Okay, these factors critically affect the role, the decision making of a firm with respect to the uh, political condition, legal environment in the country. So, right, we will be discussing one by one. Like the first one, as I told, it is the form of it is the form and structure of the government. Here, the form of the government can be democratic, can be communist, can be capitalistic, or a mix. Right. So in the earlier session, I explained what is democratic, how communist work, how capitalistic work, how the mixed economy works. Okay. Like we know that. We know that we have everywhere mixed economy, as no country strictly followed any of the communist or the capitalistic structure of markets. However, as mentioned, one example of China, how in China's Hong Kong and there are other areas, how the communist country allow the private people to carry their business in the country, right? So, on that basis, we could say that in the whole world we could not find any country which is following strictly any communist or any capitalistic structure. Like we could see that there are democratic countries which are answerable to their people, their rules, their laws, right? And we could see that the mixed economic structure around the world. So each of these choices will imply a corresponding relationship between business and the government. Okay, so these choices means here it is the that government, what kind of the government we are having in the country, democratic, communistic, capitalistic, or a mixed economic structure. Okay, so these choices will imply a corresponding relationship between business and the government. Correct. The ideology of the ruling party may itself influence the ownership, management, structure, and size of business. Right. So here the ideology of the ruling party may influence on the ownership. Okay, it might be private or it might be published ownership, or it is a PP kind of ownership, public private privatization ownership, right? And management, what kind of management should they have, whether they are aggressive or whether they are pro government or anti government, anything, right? And the structure and size of business. Okay, as a reaction to this ideology, business houses adopt pro government and anti government stances. Because, as I told, the form and structure of government is very important. Okay, if the government is allowing business to do freely, and there is very less restrictions on the business, and they are allow free trade and free flow of money in the economy, means that every government should work pro government. Otherwise, there are many companies might have the chances to go against the government or anti-government stance. They might take anti-government stance. Correct. So in the next one, we could see that the another important factor is like the strength of the opposition in legislature. Here, the strong, fair, firm, and consistent oppositions may ensure constructive criticism of the existing government policies affecting business. They will also prevent the government from acting irresponsibly with regard to business. Okay, we know that in legislation, if any government bill needs to be approval, means they should get the approval of one third of the or two-third of the total members present in the legislation, right? So if they don't have any strong legislature in the opposition side, means that and government can going to take any kind of business decision which might be harmful to the business, which might be harmful to the people, and they might be harmful to the economy in as a whole. But when legislation having the strongest opposition, means that a strong, fair, and firm, consistent oppositions instructs constructive criticism of the existing government policies affecting the business. Otherwise, government would have taken any kind of the decisions which would affect the country in the long run. Correct. So it is very important to be having the right or a strong opposition in legislature, because when we are having the strong legislation in the as a opposition in the legislation, means that the ruling party are acting responsibly, and it will help to frame a constructive government policies. Okay. And the next important thing is the role and responsibility of the bureaucracy. Right. The ministry may change from time to time, but the government's administrative machinery must run without a break. Bureaucracy thus maintain continuity in the system. It the role becomes powerful when the government controls and regulates business extensively. Correct. So it is very important. Okay, ministers may change from one portfolio to another portfolio, or they may change regularly or consistently, but the government administrative machinery must run without a break. Okay, then only a government can effectively and efficiently controls and regulates the business. Correct. So another important factors are like the direction and the speed of the government policies and programs. Here, policies may formulated with tremendous speed. They may come one from another through their direction may not be clear. Right. Sometimes policies may have a clear direction, but may be avoided at a snail's pace. Either way, it is unfavorable for the business. Correct. Here, the direction and the speed of the government policies and programs. Here, the direction speed means how quickly government is reacting to the any problem or consequences arises in the economical system due to the any business aspects or business activity in the country. Or otherwise, how government is looking for the potentiality of business or the economic development of the country. How they are looking for the potentiality of developing uh, geographical or infrastructure wise, how they are looking and how they are constructing the different policies and programs, how they are framing the policies towards the construction of infrastructure, education system, economy, how to develop economical system, and what kind of the programs they are following to implement all those political agendas of their government. Right. So programs are very important, because it is necessary to back it up with the right kind of policies and programs. Correct. So it is the duty of government to create the employment opportunity. It is the duty of government to provide the basic infrastructure. It is the duty of government to provide basic health education. Right. So, and also it is the duty of government to provide the basic facility to run the business. Correct. So it is all these all are the basic duties of every government, but these are successful only when the government having the proper policies and programs at a right direction and right speed. Okay. Otherwise, the government they are not going either of the favorable way for business. Okay. Everything went unfavorable for business. Then we could see that socio-economic legislations like business laws and numerous in number and diverse in form. Right. We have the various business laws. Okay. But they are enacted to protect the interest of various groups in society, and there are laws to protect the consumer, workers, owners, shareholders, and the society at large. Right. So it is through this legislation that order is maintained in the industrial economy. Laws not only protect business, they also create business. Right. So here, socio-economic legislation means that we have the various business law with respect to the people in the society, and like people maybe consumers, workers, owners, shareholders, or the society at large. Okay. So these legislations are maintaining the industrial harmony or industrial economy. Okay, and these are not only protecting the business, but these are help to create the business in the society. Correct. And the next one important thing is the political legal institutions. Right here, the functioning of legislative, executive, and judicial organs of the government affect business environment directly and indirectly. Okay, all these organs function, so organs and institutions. Like here, political and legal institutions mean that in we could see that there are various different at different level. We have the different legislative system in India. Correct. We have different legislations or different stages of legislative system in India. Correct. From the primary level to the highest level of like a Supreme Court, right? And executive, how to execute the programs and programs of the government. We have separate system for that also. We have uh, judicial organs of the government. They are directly controlling or the different aspects or different factors which are directly or indirectly controlling these organizations and institutions. Correct. So then the important thing is macro environment of business. Here, macro environment, we know that it is the environment which doesn't controlled by either of the person. Like it should not be it is not controlled by any business person. Now it is controlled by the government. Okay, we should obey. We should follow how macro environment behaves. We should go with that because it is not controllable in nature. We know that, right? Here in business, in an organization which does not exist in a vacuum. Correct. It lives with the its environment, which provides resources and which lay down limit of its activities. Correct. And an organization can survive and grow only when it continuously adapt and responds. Okay. Otherwise, the organization going to lock out or shut down. You know, and in time to the changing environment, we are living in the dynamic world which is undergoing a rapid change with the coming up of new ideas, economic changes, political changes, and new technology. So here macro environmental factors, we know that the factors which cannot be controlled by any of the individual or the institution or any of the company. So there are uncontrollable factors. So to when it organization or company can effectively change, adopting the change, then only they can survive. Otherwise, then only they can survive and grow. Otherwise, they shut down their business. Okay, it is necessary to adapt and respond in time to the changing environment, right? So, because we know that in today's world, it is a very dynamic world of business, and we could see the daily rapid changes with respect to the new business ideas, economical changes, political changes, and with respect to technology. Correct. So it is very important to adapt to the changes and to run the business for long term. Right. So this is with respect to the different elements with respect to political and legal environment in country. Okay. And we'll be discussing in the next class about the functions of state. Okay. Thank you, everyone.